Hi, and welcome to tonight's webinar regarding how to apply to college. My name is Lupe Hernandez. I'm a student success advisor with the Iowa College Access Network. Our organization, ICANN, our mission is to empower Iowans to find success in career, college, and in life. I want to invite you to our website. Our website is full of resources and materials that you can use. As far as planning for post-secondary life after high school, we do have a materials library that has a lot of content on, just giving you tips and resources on finding the right college, looking for a major, applying to financial aid. So all of that information is on our website in the materials library. This is a list of what we're going to go over with you today. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to go over with you is a timeline. I don't know what grade levels your students are, but if you're a sophomore, focus on grades and involvement in high school. When applying to college, colleges do look at all 4 years of high school, so stay focused, keep up on that GPA. And if you are not involved in any extracurriculars, maybe consider what you want to be involved with. And maybe even if it's not like a school sponsored event, maybe if it's having a job or volunteering in your community, all of these things, being involved outside the classroom will pay off when students start to apply for those community scholarships as a senior. As a sophomore, think about taking the pre-ACT or the PSAT. These tests will give you an idea of what are the students, what are the sections that they should be working on or kind of working through before they go and take the ACT or the SAT as a junior. Please talk to your school counselor about taking the pre-ACT or the PSAT. They will let you know the cost and when it's going to happen. I believe it happens here this fall. So make sure that if you are interested in doing that, if you're a sophomore, that you get that done here soon. You can also start to request information from colleges and go to college fairs. It's never too early to start planning, as a sophomore. Also revisit your 4-year plans. You worked on your 4-year plans when you were transitioning from junior high into high school. This is a great time to review those, make sure that you are still on track to graduate on time. And it's okay to change your 4-year plan. If you've taken a class that you really enjoy and you want to pursue something similar, see if there's other classes that you can take as well. As a junior, keep focusing on those grades, keep up on that GPA. Again, stay involved outside the classroom. By this point, you should start chipping away, kind of crossing some colleges off the list, because this is when you are probably going to start making a list of the colleges you want to visit. We recommend students go on campus visits. It's a very valuable activity that will give students insight if their college is right for them. We advise that students go on campus visits when college is in session, because that way they can see the college, the way it's going to look like, the way it's going to feel when they're there as students. Again, pay attention to the college representatives that are coming to the high school on a daily basis. That's a great way to get general questions answered, to see if it's a college that you want to pursue further. Maybe schedule a campus visit, maybe apply for admissions eventually. And you can actually start to apply for admissions to a college the summer between junior and senior year. A lot of students wait until they get back to school as a senior, but just know that you are able to apply early in the summer between junior and senior year. As a senior, finish high school strong, keep up on that GPA. Don't let senioritis get to you. I know it gets a little exhausting, but keep up on that GPA and your involvement in activities. By this point, you should already have your top schools that you are serious about, that you want to apply to. You want to make sure that you are applying for financial aid. The FAFSA became available to file on October 1st. If you haven't done the FAFSA and if you need assistance, let us know. We can help you complete this application, whether it's a virtual appointment or an in-person appointment in one of our offices. Also be aware of any deadlines, whether it's a deadline to file the FAFSA or it's a deadline for scholarships as well. So before students apply to a college, we would like for them to consider their career path. what are they going to be majoring in? Because what would be the point of applying to a college that doesn't have the program or career that they're interested in? So some of the assessment resources that we have available that we would recommend to you would be My ACT. That's from the company that does the ACT test, Career Coach, and also Holland Occupational Test. So these are all free resources that are available to you. Also check with the school counseling office, because every high school in the state of Iowa also has a career assessment tool that students can use to kind of try to figure out what they want to do after they graduate from high school. Please remember that a career pathway is not a specific career. It's not gonna say, hey, you're gonna be an optometrist, you're gonna be a journalist, you're gonna be a teacher, but at least it gives you a potential career path so that it helps you choose a college that has those types of majors. And again, if you haven't gone on campus visits, it's still not too late. We're getting down to it being kind of late, but you can still do campus visits this fall if you want. Please remember to consider taking the ACT or the SAT. I do understand that a lot of colleges are going test optional, where it's not required for you to apply with an ACT test, but it might be a good idea to take the test because it could open up some doors for potential scholarship opportunities, whether it's from the college or from the community. Listed here, we have some test dates for the class of 20. I'm thinking it's 2026. But I just want to let you know the October date, you cannot register for that anymore, but the next test date would be in December. And also the SAT test is also coming up in November and in December. I'm going to go over the types of college admissions that are available to students. First, let's go over regular admission. So this is the most common option for four-year colleges and universities, and students must submit their application by a certain date. Okay, so there is a deadline of when they have to apply by, and applicants will be notified if they get accepted or denied on the same day. So usually it's after the holidays when they get it would be college acceptance or denial day, but all students that apply, they have to apply by a certain date, and they will know on the same day if they get accepted or denied. Rolling admission is common at large state universities and some private colleges here in the state of Iowa. This is the most common type of admission here in our state. This is where there isn't a deadline. The college will evaluate each college application, and the student will be notified within 7 to 10 days if they get accepted or denied. So again, this is rolling admission. With that being said, there is no deadline, but I tell students, if you are serious about attending a certain school, don't delay this process. Okay, just because there's no deadline to apply, I tell students to apply before Thanksgiving break, ideally before November, because again, I don't want students to be missing out on potential scholarship opportunities because they applied later in the academic year. Open admission is typically community colleges use open admission. Online schools and distance learning programs offer this type of admission. Open admissions means that nearly all high school graduates or people who obtain a GED will be admitted. Depending on what program the student goes into, they will have to take a placement test. Okay. If they took the ACT, the college will accept the ACT, but like, let's say they're going to go into nursing or dental hygienist or welding or plumbing, they might have to take another type of a placement test depending on the major they go into. Early decision. This is where students agree to attend the school where they're accepted and they can't apply to any other college. So this decision is binding. If they get accepted, they would need to attend. If a student is considering doing early decision, we highly recommend to get the advice of your school counselor and talk it through with the family Because like I said, if a student gets accepted, it is binding. They would need to attend the college, regardless of what the financial package comes back from the school. So this is a very important um, life decision, financial decision for everybody involved. Early action, like early decision, you're applying to your top choice school, but it's not binding. Okay. You can apply early action to more than one school. You can get multiple offers, and you don't have to. Students don't have to make a choice until the spring when actual financial offers come through. Deferred admission. This option means that the student has been accepted, but they want to defer their enrollment for a year. This has become a little bit more popular in the past few years, actually since COVID, because students want to take that break of a year or however long to kind of really figure out what they want to do with their lives. So students taking that gap year should consider this type of option where the college will hold their acceptance to the college until they are ready to come in and enroll to their institution. So in our state, like I said, most colleges use rolling admissions where you can apply at any time. Like I said, the sooner the better. By November, latest Thanksgiving break. Like I mentioned earlier, applications will become available mid-July before senior year. Once the student has applied and been accepted, they're going to get information about scholarships and financial aid and housing. So this is why it's important to apply early, because the sooner you apply, the sooner you get accepted, the sooner you're going to have access to the scholarship opportunities that the college has to offer. And there are some scholarships that do have a deadline. I'm thinking of one for a certain school where their scholarship deadline is November 15th. So this is why it's important to get that admissions application turned in soon. So there are various types of applications that you can do. One of them is the Common App. The Common App is for students who are applying to multiple colleges. This website, this application, uses a grid to ensure that all requirements are met for each selected school. So there is no chance of students applying and their application is incomplete. There are no fees for registering, but there will be fees for sending the application. I believe every college has a certain fee. Over 1,000 colleges in our country currently accept the Common App. So not all colleges are going to be accepting the Common App. For more information on this way of applying, go to commonapp.org. These are the colleges in our state that currently accept the Common App. So if you are applying to multiple colleges across the country and some in the state of Iowa, you can save yourself a lot of trouble, a lot of time if you use the Common App to apply to all colleges at once. But again, these are the only ones in our state that currently accept the Common application. Another way that you can apply is by using the Coalition app, similar to the Common App. This is a fairly new platform. Currently, 150 colleges accept this application. Again, it's free to register, just like the Common App, but there are fees to send it. And again, there are only certain colleges that would accept the Coalition app. And of course, there is the regular admissions applications through the college. This is where you just go to the college's admissions page and find their admissions application. Be aware, some colleges do have an application fee that is not refundable. There are some colleges that might provide a fee waiver if a student is participating in the free or reduced lunch program. So again, you want to talk to your school counselor to see if you are eligible for a fee waiver so that you can apply to a college and not have to pay that application fee. So before students apply to a college, we encourage them to compile a list of no more than 10 colleges. Again, I don't want to limit you, but I also want it to be manageable where it's not overwhelming for the student. So you should have a reach school. So this is where it's like your this is like I'm applying, but it's likely I'm probably not gonna get in. So you may be at the lower end of the average qualifications of students who are accepted. So you should have a reach school. Some students call it their dream school. You should have a probably school. This is where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm pretty certain. This is where you fall into the average set of qualifications that students who are accepted typically have, and then a likely school. Some students call it your safety school. This is where you are pretty likely, you're pretty certain that if everything else fails, you're going to get into to your safety school. Some assistance with applying for admissions. The state of Iowa does have a designated Iowa College application day or month. Check with your school counselor because there are many high schools that participate in this campaign. It is a national effort to get students to apply to a post-secondary education program, whether it's a college or an apprenticeship or the military. During a college application day or month, you will get one-on-one help from your school counselors, your teachers, and college admissions representatives. So you will be certain that the application will be filled out correctly and in a timely manner. So pay attention to those emails from your school counselors because again, they will have information on your high school's college application day or college application month. A little tip on your social media accounts, clean up your social media platforms, delete people that you don't know or you don't talk to anymore, unfollow inappropriate pages or groups that might put your admissions and scholarship opportunities in jeopardy. Check your privacy settings and tagging options. Make sure that people are not able to reach out to you if you don't know them, or just be aware of what you're putting out there and how accessible you might be to some people out there. So as far as your social media platforms, whether it's Snapchat or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Assume that college representatives and coaches, or even, if you're looking for a job, potential employers are looking at this, or scholarship committee members. Make sure that you, if you don't have one already, set up a professional email account and make sure that you're checking it. Just a real quick reminder to high school students, when you guys are applying for admissions and financial aid, all correspondence will be electronic and all correspondence will be going to the students. So the students really need to be vigilant with their emails and make sure that they are checking those emails on a regular basis. Please set up your voicemails. Again, and you want to make sure that you are going to be able to be reached if, again, a potential coach is calling you, a potential employer, if someone has a question on your admissions application. And please make sure that your voicemail is appropriate. I've called a few students in the past, and some of them are not as professional as they should have been. And again, make sure that you are checking your voicemails. If you get a voicemail, check it as soon as you can and respond as soon as you can if it is someone or something that has to do with your future or funding your future. Like I said, there might be some scholarship committee members that might be trying to reach out to you. Some parts of the application that you're going to encounter. Your personal information, so demographic info, your social security number, your date of birth, your email address. Please get in the habit again of using your personal email, not your school email, because that will likely be deactivated when you graduate from high school in May. Students who a social security number for admissions is not required. So if you do not have a social security number, you can still apply for admissions. So students under DACA, students who are under TPS, who have a work permit, you can apply for admissions. The application will likely ask you to upload your high school transcript. Okay, so they're gonna ask your school counselor or your registrar to submit your high school transcript. So however your high school handles transcripts, make sure that you're aware of how to do that. If you're going to apply with an ACT score, have those ready. Some colleges might ask you for an essay. Like I said before, some colleges will have a fee. Some colleges might ask for letters of recommendation. Some colleges might ask for an interview, and some colleges might even ask for an activities resume. So this is an example of an activities resume. It's kind of like a job resume, but with your academic information on it. It'll have your GPA, your ACT score, any academic letters, any if you're an honor roll or National Honor Society. It'll have your school activities, your community involvement, your employment, your honors, your awards. So have this prepared. Again, maybe not just for admissions, but also for scholarships. There are some scholarships that will ask you this information in every application. And if you have an activities resume that is professional, it's easy to follow, it's clean, it's simple. It's going to save you a lot of time when you're applying for scholarships. But again, if a college is asking for it for the admissions process, you have that ready to go as well. So feel free to use our template. We do have that available on our website. We feel free to use Mallory Morgan. Just delete her info, put in your info, and use it when applying for admissions or for a scholarship. If you're being asked to write an essay, again, whether it's for admissions or for scholarships, think before you write. All right. Usually there is a prompt of what you're being asked. Brainstorm ideas and create an outline. Like what is going to be your intro, what is going to be the meat and potatoes of your essay, the body, and then how you're going to conclude. Also think about your audience. Who are you writing this for? The admissions office, the dean of admissions. If it's a scholarship, what scholarship organization are you trying to convince? And why you would be a perfect fit for their college, or again, if it's going to be for a scholarship, why you deserve this organization's money to help you further your education. So introduce your essay with flair, so catch our attention. Don't restate the question or the topic. Okay. That's very basic writing. Emphasize your message and entice the reader to keep reading. So get us engaged and keep us engaged. And also show, don't tell. So use stories, use experiences, use examples, use anecdotes that you've experienced to illustrate your ideas, to convince us that again you deserve to be at this college, or you deserve to be awarded certain scholarship money. So again, develop a theme or a message with the intro, explanation, and conclusion. Write about your experiences, and then also what are your final thoughts when you're done with the essay. Don't show off. I mean, yes, obviously you're a great student. This is why you're applying to college. This is why you're applying for a scholarship. But it's off-putting sometimes, because you can tell when a student is just, being a little kind of arrogant with their stuff. So don't try to impress the admissions office. Just be honest. This is what I've done, and this is what I plan to do. And yeah, so on your story, again, don't repeat information from the rest of your application. Don't tell me that your GPA is a 3.7 because I'm looking at your transcript and I know that that's what your GPA is. Don't tell me you got a 26 ACT because I'm looking at your information and I know you got a 26 on your ACT. And also your essay should sound like you, like a 17 or 18-year-old. Be careful with using that ChatGPT because it's noticeable. I am a scholarship committee chair, and we can tell some students think they're, kind of getting away with it, but we can definitely tell when ChatGPT is used. So make sure that your essay sounds like you. And also, yes, it's good to get help from parents, but it shouldn't sound like your parent. It should sound like you. When you're done writing your essay, take a break before you start editing it. Have someone else read it. A teacher, right? Your coach, maybe if they have time. Have someone read it and give you feedback. I'll read it out loud, just to see how it sounds to you, because it might sound different than what it sounds on in your head. Um, does it go? Is it a smooth essay, or is it kind of choppy? Does it go back and forth? Um, Also proofread, right? Spell check doesn't catch everything, so spelling, punctuation, grammar, all that stuff is very important when writing your essays. For those of you who are considering college athletics, I mean, awesome. College athletics can open a lot of doors for scholarship money, for leadership, working as a team. Each level has its own eligibility, meaning each college has its each type of college has its own eligibility and recruiting process. A little tip: athletic recruitment starts early. So if you're a senior, um, depending on the sport you're doing, it might be kind of late, maybe. You really want to talk to your coach and your school counselor if you're interested in doing a college level athletics. So the NCAA is the one that we're most familiar with, the National Collegiate Athletic Association. Um, so there's D1, D2, and D3. There's different categories. There's also NAIA, that's the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. Scholarships are available for that one. The NCAA as well. NJCAA, this is the Junior College Athletic Association. For a lot more information on college athletics, please visit our website, icansucceed.org/college athletes. Apologize. So after you apply for admissions, what is next? Keep working on that GPA. Unfortunately, some students, when they apply for admissions and they get accepted, they're thinking, well, I got accepted into the college of my choice. I don't have to do anything else because I got accepted. Keep working on that GPA, because that college is going to ask for the final transcript. And if that final transcript, if your grades went down from when you got accepted in the fall to the end of May, colleges are able to retract the admissions, and you are in danger of not being able to attend or losing scholarship money. So make sure that you keep on working on that GPA. If you haven't done so, please file the FAFSA. Again, if you need help with this application, please let us know, and we can assist you virtually or in person. Once the FAFSA is filed, the student will receive a financial offer, but they have to have applied and been accepted to a college to get an official offer. So please make sure that you're understanding this. Like some students, when they're doing the FAFSA, they're like, yeah, send it here, here, and here. But they may not get financial offers unless they have applied and been accepted. Also, you can start looking for and asking about institutional scholarships. Once you apply and get accepted, like I said earlier, you will have access to the college's scholarship portals, scholarship applications, scholarship databases, scholarship foundation applications. So make sure that once you get accepted, that you are asking about, other than the FAFSA, what other financial aid can I apply for right now? Please also start looking at local scholarships. Local scholarships should start to become available around December all the way through May. So in your community, I'm thinking of my community now, but organizations like the Optimist Club, the Rotary Club, the Community Foundation near you, Farm Bureau has, if you're a member of Farm Bureau, they have a scholarship available. So this is around December through May is when those local scholarships will be available for you. I also recommend, you don't have to, but if you want to stay on top of everything, to sign up for our, what we call them, ICANN Senior Alerts. So on a weekly basis, we'll just send you like an email that says, hey, check this out. This is what you should be doing. And then financial offers from a college should be coming out around January into February. So if a student has applied and been accepted, after the new year is when students will get their official financial offer, and then college decision day is May 1. That is the date when students have to make a decision on where they will be attending college in the fall. So for the scholarships, I want to introduce you to a new a resource available to you. Um, so we have it's called Step One. Our our the scholarship website that we use is called Step One. It's a one-stop shop for scholarships at the national, regional, state, and local level. So you will also students will be able to receive notifications of new scholarships that pertain to that certain student. So please, I invite you to check out this new website. Again, it's step1scholarships.org. And as I mentioned, for more information on or more resources from ICANN, check out our website. We are on social media. I hope this was beneficial to you, and I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Bye.